Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending. This is so weird having a person live here and all of you there. But thank you very much for attending today's monthly ceremony here at the Whittier-Hill Church. I'd like to begin today's monthly service right now. So if you have your prayer books and everything, if you don't have a prayer book, will you please let us know so we can send you one? That way you'll always have one. Just in either the chat box or just send an email to the church and we'll definitely get one sent to you. But today, I'd like to begin our Tenchi Kano Kami monthly ceremony. Chido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 2 for the mediation prayer. Mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living, to reflect your divine will, the pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Please open your prayer books to page 3 for the Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is a life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is a truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi Kane Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity. all those who live between heaven and earth, to revere Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings. This is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Kongko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray, Divine Parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Kongko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day, he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth. And he knew not the coming of night. By night, he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered. And he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakitsuke, the guiding principle for daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Ikigami Kongko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami. Without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray. So we earnestly pray. Chido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. Hakemma mo kashikoki, ikigami kongko daijin, tenchi kane no oyagami sonnai ni, kongko kyo Whittier-Hill kyo kaicho, Igawa Kiyoshi sensei no kawari de, kongko kyo kyoshi tagashite. かしこみも魔を裂く。賢かれど、我が天地金の神橋。神みとく、天地にあまねく道渡らせたまい。物皆を生かし、ブローズのこと整えさせたまい。湧きても、天地の間に住む人間を神の愛しごとめで慈しみたまいてあるわ。いとも賢きことの極みにな。On this beautiful overcast afternoon, here at the Kongko Church of Whittier-Hill, on behalf of your beloved children, we have joined in one heart to share our love, sincerity, and appreciation to you for the blessings, favors, and interventions we receive daily. Thank you very much for the favors you have showered upon each of the Ujiko of the Whittier-Hill Church and the New York, New Jersey gathering. We continue to receive your favor and interventions, especially in these recent times. We offer hearts of appreciation for the daily goyo of the sixth spiritual patriarch, Kyoshuka Kongko-sama, Reverend Hiromichi Kongko, and his wife and Ohana. We pray that you will keep them healthy in order for them to continue with their goyo. We thank you for our parent church and parent minister, Kongko Church of Fukuzaki, Reverend Hironao Ushio, We are very grateful for his daily prayers for us. We thank you very much for Reverend Wakigawa, who founded the Whittier-Rose Hills Church 27 years ago, and Reverend Kyoshigawa, who is the present head minister of the Whittier-Rose Hills Church. Please watch over both of them. At present, they are with their daughter, Kazuko Fong, and her ohana in New Jersey. We are very grateful that Reverends Kyoshi and Wakigawa are healing. We pray that they will continue to be healthy and be in good spirits. Along with Kyoshi Sensei, Wakiko Sensei, guide, nurture, and protect the Wong Fong family, as well as to maintain and allow them to maintain a positive disposition. Help them to keep their hearts turned to Kami-sama in order to take care and love each other. Share Konko Daijin's teachings and help the Ujiko on the East Coast through Toritsugi. We also ask that you please care for Kaz and her ohana. Favor them. Help them to find respite. Keep them healthy and strong. We are very grateful for their love, time, and energy in caring for Kyoshi and Wakiko Sensei. Through Konko Daijin, you taught us ten to chi no aida ni sumu ningen wa minna kami no ujiko. Humans living between heaven and earth are all the beloved children of Kami. This is truly important in light of what has been happening in the world. We ask you to help us to not only keep unconditional love and compassion for all in our hearts, but also to reflect it in our daily lives. Help us to be embracing and loving, kind and generous to all regardless of race, sexual orientation, size, nationality, one's skin color, gender identity, age, occupation, social status, etc. I implore of you to please use each of us to make an impact, big or small, on our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. We are so grateful for the vaccines from Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson that have been approved by the CDC. We continue to pray for smooth daily distribution of the vaccines. We pray that more people will take the vaccines. And we pray for its effectiveness in keeping all of us healthy. We pray that with each mask worn and each vaccine given, this will be the start of a new world where people will begin living an adapted normal life, and one where love and compassion for our brothers and sisters is part of our daily lives. We pray for the victims of tragedies, natural and human-made disasters, to recuperate materially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Please continue to watch over all who are suffering from illness and disease. We pray for those suffering from mental and physical illnesses and disorders, dementia, cancer, COVID-19, heart disease, etc. Through your divine intervention and favor, grant these individuals a renewed life and guide them to becoming useful individuals to society. However, we also pray for those who are their caretakers. Allow them to get time off for themselves. Allow them a moment of sanity and serenity, and give them the additional strength to continue loving and caring for their loved ones. As we continue working to achieve our goals in our individual lives, whether it be for our occupation, studies, relationships, and personal growth, help us to remember to enjoy the blessings we are receiving every day. And we ask you for your protection and guidance with every step that we take. Please give us the strength to move forward in all aspects of our lives. Help us to live a Kami-centered life, as we are all allowed to live in the universe through your grace. Kyami-kon-ko Daijin-sama, Tenchi no Kami-sama. We implore you to please use us as your instruments of peace, to make an impact big or small on our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Guide us in our hearts and our actions to be embracing, loving, kind, and generous. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, let us offer forgiveness. And where there is discord, let us build peace. As I bring this prayer to a close, it is our prayer that we can end this year, that we can end this month safely in peace and harmony, love and joy. We pray that the blessings and favor of today's service is granted and received by all here today and those who could not join us. Me ke aloha pumehana. Mahaloan nuye, our beloved Kyami-kon-ko Daijin, Tenchi no Kami. Now, please raise your heads. Chido tomoni haide, 4 sincere claps along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 6 for recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke. Ikigami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Isshin ni Negae Kage wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanomei. Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day, pray. Please open your prayer books to page 7 for the Adoration Prayer. Adoration Prayer. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep, living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Ikigami Konko Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the Divine Parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous, beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. Chido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Chido Haide, 4 sincere claps. Please open the prayer book to page 11 for prayer to the departed souls. Prayer to the departed souls. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally, your lives retold from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. So, Katie, please bow your heads in prayer. Starting with the Pongo family, Ushio family, and the Kobayashi family, including the late Reverend Akinobu Pongo, I respectfully call upon the following to join us today. Kandori family, Kawate family, Pongo Daijin sama no goryoshi, parents of Pongo Daijin, Osonpu sama, father, Juhei Kandori, Gobodo sama, mother, Shimo Kandori, Ushio family, Kawakami family, Nakabashi family, Hideshima family, Otsubo family, Miyama family, Goto family, Takeda family, Tsuki family, Uzunoe family, Igawa family, Kikikawa family, Saiki family, Matsumoto family, Tanaka family, O'Farrell family, Ivy family, Sanchez family, Landeros family, Quayle family, Fong family, Ping family, Ota family, Lim family, Ayabe family, Brown family, Klaus family, Fujimoto family, Furuya family, Matsui family, Miyagawa family, Harakawa family, Kitaka family, Nakayama family, Nishi family, Omura family, Kagami family, Tepnappa family, Urata family, Yamamoto family, Yamauchi family, Yasutake family. At this time, we honor those who have passed away in the month of May. Kura Fujii, Reverend Narimitsu Matsuyama, Reverend Koharu Ushio, Reverend Shiro Takeda, Reverend Hokiko Sato, Kanezo Niiyama, Mei Niiyama, Kotaro Nishi, Mineko Shinjo, Jo Iwamasa, Hirokazu Yamamori, Kei Yoshiko Kawata, Junko Akutagawa. Please receive the offerings placed before you as simple tokens of our appreciation, as well as of our hearts and prayers of love, appreciation, and sincerity. Please continue to watch over, guide, and protect all of us. Tamada suki kakete inoranayo yo no ya, oya no miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Tamada suki kakete inoranayo yo no ya, ya no miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Now, please raise your heads. Snow Tomoni Haide 4 sincere cups along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 14 for the ancestral prayer. Ancestral prayer. Dear Mitama spirits, everlasting and integral part of the divine parent of the universe, we pray that the Mitama of our ancestors and family, as well as the Mitama of all people, are in eternal peace and happiness. To you who have gone before us, we give thanks wholeheartedly for paving the way through hardships and self-sacrifice, in order that we who are here today can receive all the benefits of your endeavors. To you, our ancestral spirits, we gratefully acknowledge the protection and guidance which you have bestowed upon us. We pray that you continue to protect and guide us throughout our daily lives. We pray that we realize and develop your divine virtue this and every day. Chido Haide 4 sincere claps. Hi, all two people watching. I don't know who's watching. Oh, you got cold. You put on.
Yeah, I got cold.
Oh, it's hot in here. Good morning. I must be losing weight because this fits so well this morning. I don't know what happened. It fits really nice today. Not like last month when I felt like I was expanding and getting pregnant, or I was in latex or something. So, but good morning. Today I'm going to be very honest with you. I wanted to do a Shintoku Academy today. I wanted to do part 2 of the prayers that we were talking about. Unfortunate, and not unfortunate, I really don't think it's unfortunate. If you don't know, on May 29th, that's a Saturday, from 10:30 to 12:30, we have the regional seminar. And the regional seminar will be on Zoom, except if you are not a very apt person to technology, please feel free to contact Uzunoe Sensei. He's opening the church up to those who are not very good with technology, so we're having sort of a hybrid type of situation. This is going to be very interesting. But so yesterday I went to Gardena Church very early. I got there about 11. I picked up lunch at Marukai, and I did not leave church until about 9:30. He says he had a previous meeting before that, and around 12. It's weird. Nobody came to church any time between there. Nobody, which was such a huge blessing, because we're really trying to focus on the seminar. And I'm going to push this out there for all of you to hear. This is a special seminar because a week ago, I received an email from Reverend Byron Ishiwata, and he asked, hey, do you think the northern churches can join the southern churches? I said, why not? It's all on Zoom. Make it easy for us. And so that's what we're doing. So at first it became instead of Southern California Regional Seminar, it became the California Regional Seminar. And then yesterday, we were having such an amazing, rich, beautiful, it was just such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dialogue. And Uzunoe Sensei said, we're having this amazing dialogue. We're kind of getting excited for this, even though it's kind of weird that it's going to be online. It's not in person. It's not the same. But he kind of got excited. He said, "Why? Since it's on Zoom, why don't we just let everybody attend?" And so we decided we opened it up to every. Oh, well, I already opened it up a long time ago, but not officially. So we officially opened it up to everybody from Hawaii to Canada to all the other churches outside. If you're in Japan, hey, great, Japan, hell on down. If you're in England, because we know we have a whole bunch of believers who live in England and in Germany, hell on, just join us on Zoom. We'd be more than happy to have you. But we're so excited, and this is not my first time. For this is the second time I've come to Los Angeles this month. So 2 weeks ago I came, but it was only for a day. I came up very early in the morning, and I did not leave until like 6:30 at night back to San Diego. Fortunately, because of today's monthly ceremony, I came up early as well. So I came up on, when did I come up? I came up Friday. Knowing that I knew tomorrow was going to be long, I did not expect to go until like 9:20, and I didn't leave until 9:30. We had dinner and we had lunch. It was amazing. You should all join us one day. But I wanted to talk about what we talked about. So that was the reason why I didn't have an opportunity to prepare for Shintoku Academy. So that's my fault. But I wanted to share some insights that through that discussion, I really enjoyed these discussions, having Miho there and Uzunoe Sensei there, and the three of us just having this enriching discussion and hearing things from a layperson's perspective of, hey, we might not get this and we might not get that. And there was a lot of things that she asked me because she didn't know what was going on in San Diego. I had already had a conversation with Uzunoe Sensei about and when we talk about this spirit of Aiyo Kakio, or this, and it's not even just about an interdependency, it's about a fulfillment between two people or more, this growth between two or more. I don't know how many of you have ever read it's called this book called The Celestine Prophecy. It's a wonderful book, and if you want to watch the movie version, you can watch the movie version. It makes the book seem a little more interesting. There is a theory. There's a theory that when two people are thinking about each other or praying for each other, their energies come together. And when their energies come together, it is not multiplied by two, but it's exponentially grown. It exponentially grows. This energy exponentially grows. And I really feel like when Uzunoe Sensei and I were talking, that's exactly what was happening. This energy kept growing and growing. Like, we didn't even know what time it was. I used the bathroom. I go, it's already 4 o'clock. Oh my gosh, I haven't used the bathroom for the past 3 hours. But it just kept growing. And Uzunoe Sensei said he has been longing for this kind of conversation, faith conversation, for such a long time, because there's nobody else here that he really, everyone's far away. I'm the furthest away, like an hour and a half away from him. But he really enjoyed the conversation. He really needed this conversation. And so did I. And one of the things that really he helped me to see was just how blessed I am. Kyoji Sensei, when he came to Chicago, so if you had the opportunity to go to the Chicago conference, Kyoji Sensei talked about it's important for us to realize that we are being prayed for. So we are always asking, please pray for me, but to always realize someone is praying for you. And I cannot help to think, gosh, I can't help but to think how much, Kyoshi Sensei and Wakiko Sensei have been praying for me. And I ask myself, like, am I praying enough for them? And it was that conversation that I had with Uzunoe Sensei that made me realize it. Let me share with you why. While this COVID was going on, I've been trying to be as careful as possible. But when I go shopping, I'm so grateful that they space us out, that they count how many people go in the stores, because I get very a little fearful of going into Trader Joe's when there's more people that need to be in the stores. And yet, when I think I might be sick, or I think something may happen, I got tested twice a month. I always took Goshinmai, which is a sacred rice. I took Goshinsui, which is blessed water, and Umiki, which is sacred sake. Every morning, these things I took, and I don't doubt that Igawa Sensei's prayer, the two of them, their prayers are also over me and protecting me. That I never, knocking on wood, but thank God there's wood here. I never contracted this horrible, horrible illness. And I keep asking myself, am I praying enough for them? I'm in a very, I've been praying for over 2.5 years to become full-time at my school. And the 2.5 years that I've been here have been full of doubt towards Kami-sama. I would have doubt about this, doubt about that. And then seeing, Kami-sama takes care of it. I would have doubt about this, doubt about that. And then Kami-sama just takes care of it. Doubt about this, doubt about that. And again, Kami-sama takes care of it. And I know, even though Wakiko Sensei may have memory issues, I know at that moment I tell her things. She remembers it and she prays for it. And they're praying for me. I know that they're praying for me. I know they're praying for all of us, when in New Jersey. And I cannot help to think, this year, I have this opportunity to be full-time. I've been praying for this for the past 2 years, to be full-time, a full-time teacher at my school. And this opportunity popped up. And in the discussion I had with Uzumaki Sensei, he helped me to realize, I think the reason why I'm getting this opportunity is Kami-sama is telling me, enough with this doubt. Doubt again, and I will take everything away from you. Doubt again, and I will take everything away from you. And somehow I had this feeling, I had this realization about that. And I realized I have to stop doubting, and I just trusting. And sure enough, let me tell you, Kami-sama does not, Kami-sama loves to test us. Let me tell you. See, Miko's laughing because she knows. Miko's laughing because she knows. Right, Miko?
I challenge Kami-sama a lot.
Well, see, she challenges Kami-sama. Kami-sama challenges me. So, recently, I've come to learn that the one teacher who took a teaching position from me, one of my sections from me, he was never supposed to have that section. I came to learn that he had lied, he had manipulated the system, and I was shocked. I was so angered. But then I said, wait a minute. No. Oh, no. No, Kami-sama. Good try. Good try. You gave me this gift. You're going to make sure I get this gift, and I'm trusting you. I know you're going to deal with this issue, and you're going to make sure that I get this, and I'm on my campus full-time, and you're going to make sure that both of us, because I know that if this person doesn't work full-time, that he's going to suffer. And that's wrong. This is something Wakiko Sensei would have told me anyway. So I know that he needs to survive, but so do I. So you're going to make sure that both of us are full-time. You're going to make sure his story is unraveled, but you're going to make sure I am not going to doubt. I know you're going to set this straight. Sure enough, my department head comes to me and says, I got to talk to you. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. Just natural reaction, right? And she says, Todd, I have to ask you a question. I said, what is it, Mary? Do you want to work on this campus full-time? And granted, that would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AP, five preps. Miko has her eyes growing very big at this moment. 5 preps. Would you rather work at 2 separate campuses where you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 preps again, 5 preps again. Still 5, no, wait. No, 4 preps. You would have 4 preps with 2 separate campuses. I said, no, I have worked too hard to build this program. In the 2.5 years, I grew it. COVID sucks. It brought it down to 3, and someone took 1 position away from me. And I have worked hard to bring it up to where I could possibly have 5 or 4. We don't know yet, 100%. No, I want to be here on this campus. Fine, I'm going to fight for that. I remember going to the car and saying, oh my God, Kami-sama, I can't believe you just did that. I cannot believe you just did that. Then we were having I have a really wonderful cohort of people. I really believe Kami-sama placed these people, these awesome, awesome people in my pathway for a reason. And although we don't believe in angels, I believe that they're my guardian angels. I really do. And so one of the people is the vice president of our union. And she's in this little hui that we have. And she comes into my room and we're having a wonderful conversation. Then she looks at me, she said, "Oh, Todd, I want you to know. I had a conversation with our assistant principal in charge of master planning. And I told him, by the way, you know that someone does not need to be here on this campus. And you do know that someone here deserves to be here full time. And you do know that someone built this program, not with this person's help. And you do know that." And then I looked at her and said, "Yeah, but is this a principal going to go? Is this principal? He's kind of like one can short of a six pack at times." See, Miko has this type of people she works with. She understands. So that's why if you hear her laughing, that's Miko. And I looked at her and said, "Look, is he going to get it?" He goes, he got it. He looked at me, he whispered a name, and we both nodded our heads, and I left. I remember going into the car and just saying, "Kami-sama." I didn't have any doubts. Instead, I threw it right back at you. I'm clinging to you. I'm trusting in you. And having that dialogue with Uzuma Sensei helped me to realize, and I don't know how to translate this into English very well, and maybe Miko can help me, but I said, Kami-sama is kawaigatte moratteru. Kawaigatte moratteru. I don't know how to say that in English. Like I'm being spoiled, or
No, Kami-sama is just looking out for you and taking care of you.
so Kami-sama is looking out for me and taking care of me.
Because Kami-sama sees you doing so many other things.
So
that
listen to this, because I don't know how to translate this. She's doing a good job translating. So this is where that conversation made me realize just how spoiled I am. I was telling Wakiko Sensei that my salary went down 20% because of COVID, and yet I'm able to survive. And somehow when I was talking to her the last time, she had this sense of clarity. And whenever, I know she has a sense of, she has some dementia and memory issue, but when she has these moments of clarity, you really have to pay attention, because that's what you have to pay attention to when she has those moments of clarity. And she said to me, "That's because of your faith. If you're going to," she said, "if you're going to depend on Kami-sama for everything." And I told her about the 20% drop in pay. And I told her about what's going on at San Diego Church. I told her I refuse to depend on our parent church. I refuse to depend on the diocese for any help. I only will depend on Kami-sama. She made it clear. Do you think Kami-sama is going to let you down? And then she went back to her normal self. There's a moment of clarity. It was very, very, very short when we talked to her. But I realized I cannot doubt. There's no room for doubt, especially as a minister. There's no room for doubt. I have to throw it back at Kami-sama. I have to cling to Kami. All I have, and when I think about Wakiko Sensei, when she started this church when she started her missionary work 27 years ago, you cannot help to think that even her family might have thought she may have been a little crazy at times. Yeah, just one person said no, or maybe two. And yet to start from something so small, and she had always had these big dreams, and yet these big dreams, I think, is what allows her to continue. Somehow Kami-sama I'm not sure how I'm trying to word this, but with these great dreams, with her faith, the fact that she clings to Kami-sama, she clings, not just believes. She's like, I'm taking this piece of this. I can believe in this paper, that means nothing. When you cling, she's clinging to Kami-sama like this. This is Wakiko Sensei's faith. I think she's such a role model to me as to why, even in this COVID.
That's why she keeps on ticking.
Miko says that's why she keeps on ticking.
She's gone through breast cancer, all these physical ailments. Doctor says she should have died so many times ago, and she comes out of it okay. And I mean, there's been times when Kami-sama had tested us on our belief, our faith, and it's just total trust that that's Bacha. That's total trust. Kami-sama.
So look at this piece of paper. This is the kind of faith that Wakiko Sensei has.
Mhm.
I don't think many of us are there. Maybe some of us are like this. Some of us may be like this.
Some are very like.
Some of us might be like this, Miko said. Like some of us might be like this in our faith. Some of us may be even like this.
No, like.
Oh,
this.
sorry. She said like this.
No, this way.
Oh, like this. Not yet. Like just a small little bit. But I think my point here is, you know, these conversations that I've had with Uzui Sensei have helped me to realize, you know, what it sort of means to be a minister. Not just my role, but yet what it means to have this type of faith. This type of faith. And it's not, I have to admit, even Miko just said it. I think you heard her. It tested her family, her sisters, and her siblings, and we don't know. You know, some of us are like, we want to close it, but maybe we cannot quite yet.
It's not easy.
And it's not. But so I think today what I'm asking you is, I don't care. I don't know what you're going through. I know some people, all different people are going through so much. But if you give up on Kami-sama, then you just have this piece of paper and you're not going to receive what it is that Kami-sama wants you to receive, or you can receive. If you realize who Igawa Wakiko Sensei is and her faith, and the reason why I'm going to repeat her words, she keeps ticking to this very day. I think much like myself, as I'm beginning, I don't believe I'm here yet. I want you to know, I don't believe I'm here yet. I want to get here, but I think in my short 2.5 years of experience here on the continent, in San Diego, I'm beginning to realize that if I don't have this, if we don't have this, why would Kami-sama want to give us more, or the additional favors, not blessings. I want to make that absolutely clear, not blessings. We receive the blessing of life. We receive the blessing of being allowed to have our bodies function normally. We receive so many blessings. We're talking about favors, the additionals, the plus ones, the plus alpha, that, you know, we're talking about that. You know, when we're talking about how do we make it to this next day? You know, how do we make it? Where am I getting the additional funds to make it for the next day? How am I going to get through this day because I have 3 other students and I have a headache going on? The plus alpha is what we're talking about. Those additional favors. I think we can learn. We can turn to not just Konko Daiji, not just to Ushio Sensei back there, not just to Konko-sama, but we can also look at a living, breathing example of Wakiko Sensei. And I'm not there. Don't look at me as a walking, living example, but please, I sure as heck ain't there. But we can look at Wakiko Sensei as that breathing, living example. And I'm not saying that you have to be this. I'm not saying you have to be this. But let's slowly build our faith so that we can get to this point. So that we can earn Kami's trust. So that we can not just be blessed, because we're already blessed, but we can be favored. And so I ask you, please, you know, seek Toritsugi mediation. That's one way of definitely doing this. Seek Toritsugi mediation. Do your own prayers at home, even if it's for like a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I ask you not to give up. I ask you to think about Wakiko Sensei. I ask you to think about what your goals are and what you want. I know what Miko wants. She's ready for retirement, but she's got to do a little more shigyo first. And hopefully we can you imagine if all of us had this kind of faith? all of us have this kind of faith. Just how amazing are even more, not amazing, more amazing our own individual lives could be. So I'd like to thank all of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for attending today's service. I know it's been the whole month, and please remember our grand ceremony, our Tenchi Kame Taisai, will be next month on the, what did I say, 19th, right? 19th. Hopefully you also receive the invitation as well. It will be on the 19th. It will be live. It's a Saturday, so please know it's also a Saturday because the next day is Father's Day, and we didn't want to interrupt people's plans for that. So we're holding it on a Saturday. So please, we hope you will be able to be in attendance for that. So with that, thank you, mahalo nui for attending, and we shall see you next month for our grand ceremony. Ahui ho! There's no Avalon to turn it off for me.
You don't want me to touch it.